Welcome, I'm Martin Sheen. Henry Ford once said, "Don't find fault, find a remedy." Many businesses found success with that concept. It's helped shape the economy and social character of our country as well. That inspiration to find a remedy is alive and well today.
The structure of our nation's economy has evolved. So too has the process of buying or starting a small business. In times past, prospective business owners with little preparation could simply go to their local bank for a loan. Today's aspiring entrepreneurs are finding the quest for business funding to be a much more complex and daunting challenge.
From what I understood, SBA loans were available to small businesses, whether you were just getting started or you were already established. So I was confident when I called my local bank that I had been with for quite some time, and I discussed our situation with them, and point blank bottom line, we were a restaurant business and they will not lend to restaurant businesses. So there was an immediate no. But on top of that, we didn't have any restaurant or any ownership experience for business at all. So immediately I got a no from them. We couldn't start our business without money, and nobody wanted to give us any money.
Some of my experiences that I had with the big banks was, well, open an account with us and we'll get you financed. And I'm on my third bank. And so that speaks volumes. They're promising the world until it comes time for the answers, and then the answer is no.
Historically, banks have funded only 7% of all business loans, and in tough economic times, they fund less than 1%. Statistically, this represents a formidable roadblock for borrowers. But one company, Beyond Break-Even Incorporated, was created to solve this bank says no dilemma.
So in the over 20 businesses that I've owned, banks have told me no every time that I asked for money. And in every instance, I felt that just because my deal didn't fit the criteria for the bank, didn't mean that my deal wasn't worthy of funding. So out of necessity, I found and developed over 100 methods and funding sources that would say yes when the banks would say no.
Bank funding is inherently flawed because by design it attempts to fund everything in a one-size-fits-all model. That rarely works for small business funding because the funding terms ideally need to be different for working capital than for equipment or inventory or real estate.
So our strategy is to assemble the elements of funding from mostly non-bank lenders that normally don't have the stringent requirements that banks have, like previous business ownership experience, high personal net worth, and down payments. Then we use numerous funding sources and stack these financial building blocks to ultimately secure 100% of the funding needed for a business startup or acquisition.
You can still get a business with little to no money out of your pocket, because there are ways of doing it. And you'll be amazed at how some of these deals work and how this structure goes.
It doesn't have to be traditional. There's so many other creative ways to get funding to start your own business without any money out of your own pocket. 100% of this business is funded on the monies that Ed was able to gather for us. We had no money at all available to put down for our business, and we're sitting here today as business owners. You can absolutely live your dream without having money to do it.
Alternative funding has given savvy buyers different avenues to business ownership, even if they didn't qualify for a bank loan. But it's the palm to forehead moment for most of them when they understand two things. First, that to do a deal, you need someone in the deal that's a deal maker. That person is the person who structures the funding, the loan repayment within the cash flow of the business. And secondly, an understanding that none of the people typically that are in the deal early are deal makers.
We hope this program has served as an inspiration to you. Be sure to join us next time as we continue to profile the people and the ideas changing the way we live. I'm Martin Sheen. Thank you.